some more than others. Very honored to have him speak as well. And are you ready?
As for your opening statement that, you kind of persuaded us or hijacked us from Los Angeles to here, you did not do much of persuasion because I'm from Boston area, We live in cold place, and anytime you get to come to sunny California, we just take advantage and run here. But I'm sorely disappointed. Only thing that I saw in both Los Angeles and San Francisco is cloud, actually. And the weather much more colder than Boston. So next time I have to rethink any invitation that comes from here. First I'll check the weather forecast, then I'll decide whether to come here or not. September is pleasant in Boston. I cannot even consider going anywhere else other than Boston. And then I just want to begin by thanking Chong Defang and your friend who is quitting a job to go to Dharamsala to work on Tibet. These are the things that I wanted to see when I first started the dialogue with Chinese way back in 14 years or so. I think now this is the wrong slide I could see because this is the slide. Actually, I made this presentation in 2005, and 15 minutes prior to my presentation at Asia Foundation today, I realized that I had the wrong slide, and it messed me up. So you'll have to bear with me. I'll run through this quickly. I want to touch base on what Tashila said and what Chong Defang also touched on, that our efforts is to work together. The reaching out to Chinese is the last maybe step we have to take. We have kind of nationalized, or a sense of Tibetan identity is very strong, and it is expressed outside and inside, especially last year with protests from all over Tibet, especially in Kham and Amdo area and Uyezang area. Tibetans from all three provinces rose up and protested against the Chinese illegal occupation and the continued colonization. So that was expressed very clearly. That shows that Tibetans inside and outside are united as one people, demanding to see their homeland free of the occupation. And then outside, there were Tibet supporters springing all over the world, right? In Sri Lanka and Mauritius and Africa and Latin America, wherever the Olympic torch was traveling, there were protests where there were not even single Tibetan. That shows that there is also a global solidarity or support with the Tibetan people. So we have achieved two parts of the puzzle to a great extent. And I always say this, whenever you study a movement, there are always three actors or factors. The interplay of the three actors and factors determine the outcome of the movement. One actor is always you, your people, that's Tibetan, inside and outside. Other actor is international community. So we have kind of succeeded in consolidating and unifying and rising up to the power and challenging it. Then the third actor is China. When you say China, there's China as a country. Within it, there are Chinese people. Chinese people have all kinds of people. There's Chinese government. Within the government, there's hardliner and moderate. There are intellectuals, there are journalists, there are activists, and many are in prison. And then there are Chinese who are outside as students and scholars. They are somewhat of a different category. And then there are Chinese in Chinatown. So when you talk about China and Chinese, there are so many categories and variation within that category. So we have to reach out to various level of Chinese in China. And my effort has been for the last 10 years to reach out to mainland Chinese scholars. I've organized 7 major conferences so far. And I will share with you how it all started. There are, again, in this, narrative, there are 3 actors, again. One is Chinese President Cheng Zemin, the former president, then he was the president. Other is Brandeis University, and third is His Holiness the Dalai Lama. The last actor first. I went to Dharamsala in 1996, summer of 1996, and I was trying to seek what do you call distant blessing, Pangje, of His Holiness, and His Holiness passing by, he saw me, he said, when did you come? I informed him that I just came here for research and all that. And then he said, if, that he told me to come to his office. And it's such an honor and privilege, then in a few days' time, I got the audience. And while I was sharing with him my research and other things, he asked me, do you meet some Chinese? And I said, yeah, because in my first year at Harvard Law School, I had met 3 of my Chinese classmates. And then he asked me, what do they say? What do they think about Tibet? This is the place I want to go, Deshenla, tomorrow. Yes, with sun and, beach and blue ocean and all that, yeah. Not gloomy and foggy San Francisco that you've been touring us. And then I did say yes. Then he said, this is, you should do more. But then, of course, His Holiness said so. During those days, even today, there's some hesitation on the part of Tibetans to reach out to Chinese for obvious reasons. We have long history of animosity and differences, right? So it's a bit of a challenge. For me also, I was one of the leaders of Tibetan Youth Congress, And can you imagine Tibetan Youth Congress fighting for independence too, talking to Chinese, and tolerating all their vitriolic and nationalists, the rhetoric that they throw at us sometimes. But then it's what His Holiness said, then I said, of course. Then in 1998, the second actor came into the stage. President Jiang Zemin was coming to Harvard University. And as an activist, that's like dream come true, right? Throughout my school days, right, Darjeeling and Dharamsala, we always have long protests. We Tibetans are known for making noises, right? Known for protests. And we always say, Chinese get out of Tibet, China out of Tibet. But there is not even a single Chinese in presence. But we are good with rhetorics. We have this imaginary Chinese all the time. Here you have the president of China presented before you. And what can you ask for more than that? I said, this is dream come true, right? Chinese president came, and I'm proud to say we organized the largest demonstration at Harvard since Vietnam era. 4,000 people came out to support us. That also shows the global support. As Taisha Abgila said, we have kind of won the global audience as far as Tibet is concerned. Right? It's black and white. We are on the right side. Obviously, Chinese government is on the wrong side, right? So we had the largest support. However, there were like 2,000 Chinese students and scholars welcoming their president as well, So when we had debate, Taisha Rabge was there, and the Chinese student president got up and said, we have 27 organizations welcoming our president. And we had 16 real organizations protesting Chinese president. Actually, in number terms, actually, we had lesser number of organizations, but I had to put real, because often what you hear from Chinese government side, propaganda, they inflate the numbers quite a few times. So that was the intention. So anyway, the rhetoric was back and forth, angry, animosity, heightened tension. The Chinese president came, we protested, dream come true. I had tendinitis, but with my bandages like this, I lost my voice. I was the cheerleader, and she was the president actually of the organizing the protests, all the protest groups. So good day, field day, went back home. The biggest satisfaction as an activist. I shouted today, he heard. What more can you ask for? A Tibetan shouting and a president of China hearing our slogans and shouts, colorful ones. I don't want to repeat it here, If you have been to some of the protests here in San Francisco, I'm sure you have heard some of those, but it's more decent kind, actually. Mine was more decent kind, nonetheless colorful. So then it made me into thinking, okay, I did my part, dream came true. But the dream is not going to come every day, right? So a Chinese president is not going to come to Harvard University every week or every month or every year, right? Not even, in fact, he didn't come at all since then, right? Then I thought, I've been an activist throughout my life. Activist is, wow. Activist means, reactive, confrontational. You have a field day, you get to say whatever you want. But then you are reactive in the sense